What would you do if you were offered unlimited land for a minimal price? Pahom, a man in Russia, had an uncontrollable obsession with buying land. Every time he heard about cheap land, his eyes sparkled with excitement. He couldn't resist the temptation and would desperately try to purchase it, moving from one place to another with his family to fulfill his desire. Over time, Pahom stumbled upon a place where the locals were simple, kind-hearted, and willing to sell fertile land at throwaway prices. Excited, he settled there with his family, and his earnings grew exponentially. But his greed knew no bounds. He was never satisfied and constantly craved more land. The thought of acquiring new land consumed him, keeping him awake at night. One day, Pahom heard about a distant region with incredibly cheap and fertile land. There, the price of land was astonishingly low, and crops thrived effortlessly. Pahom imagined a luxurious life with endless land and decided to move there. Upon arrival, Pahom met the local chiefs. They offered land at an unbelievable rate, just 1,000 rubles for a day. Confused, Pahom asked how it worked. They explained that he could claim as much land as he could cover in a day, but he must return to the starting point by sunset. Thrilled, Pahom couldn't believe his luck and decided to accept the offer. That night, Pahom dreamt of his own death, seeing his lifeless body lying before him. Startled, he dismissed the dream, thinking only of the wealth awaiting him the next day. At dawn, Pahom set out. Placing 1,000 rubles in his hat, he began marking the land he desired. He chose the most fertile areas and kept going without rest, fearing he might lose out on the best plots. His greed pushed him forward, even as exhaustion began to set in. As the sun began to set, Pahom realized he was far from his starting point. Fear gripped him. Determined to return, he began running. His body was strained, and his breath grew heavy, but he kept pushing himself. The cheering crowd spurred him on. Finally, just before the sun disappeared, Pahom collapsed at the starting point. The crowd erupted in applause. But as they approached, they saw blood trickling from his mouth. Pahom was dead. Despite gaining so much land, all he truly needed in the end was a 6-foot grave. How much is enough in life? Is greed worth the price we pay? If you found this story thought-provoking, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Life's Cocktail for more such timeless stories.